Casablanca from 1942 4K Blu-ray review. This movie looks so good on 4K. Oh my gosh. Also, look at this shot. I handpicked this shot. It's 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Look at this thing. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the depth. Look at the depth to that image. My wife just commented that it looks like it was filmed yesterday. Look at the depth of this thing. Like the brights at the different distances away. You can see the details in all the blacks. This is one of my favorite shots right here. Here's it moving a little bit. How good that looks. My goodness. All right, this tracking shot when you very first see into Rick's Mos Eisley Cantina here. Look, I muted it, but look at how awesome this is. This is definitely one of my favorites in the whole movie. As you just get introduced. Look at that. This is so the Mos Eisley Cantina. There's so many shots in this that looks like Star Wars totally just borrowed to make the cantina work perfectly. I think it's borrowed from here. So comparing the 4K to the Blu-ray is a huge difference. In the 4K, the grain is really fine and consistent, whereas the Blu-ray seems a lot bigger and louder. And the 4K has a lot more detail, whereas the Blu-ray has almost like a fog to it. One huge difference between the two is that the Blu-ray is way brighter, like almost too bright, and the blacks aren't really black, they're more gray. But it's like way brighter. Like it's almost like the lighting is a different movie. With the way the lighting is and the HDR on the 4K disc, I felt like I was sitting in a movie theater watching it. It was awesome. The lighting in this movie is so good. But I would say the biggest evidence that this looks quite a bit better on the 4K versus the Blu-ray is that my wife noticed. Now, the Blu-ray still looks good, and it's watchable, and I told her that. I was like, yeah, it's like watchable, right? And she's like, actually, once it's compared to the 4K, like you definitely want to go that way. It just looks so much different. We compared a handful of scenes side by side, and massive upgrade on this one. Beautiful restoration. She's either dreaming or having a seizure. Okay, now I just want to go over some of my observations and things I liked about the movie. So this is the first time you see Rick, and you see that he's got a chessboard going, implying that he's got lots of moving pieces and plans and moves going on with the way he runs his place, and shows that he's a thinking man. It also shows that he's a strategic man, and that in chess, sometimes you're willing to lose pieces for the success of other pieces, and that comes into play in the end, where he's willing to kind of sacrifice his happiness for the cause and for the girl. And he does it before he knows that the cop guy's going to basically switch and join him. Look at the depth of this shot. Hit play so you kind of see it moving. Looks so good. Cinematography in this is outstanding. Look at this awesome shot here. Using shadows. That's so cool. Alright, so watch this craziness when they arrest this guy. So he runs through this door, blocks it for a second, then turns around and shoots. Okay? So pay attention to where his shots are going and where you think they're going to end up. Look at this. Okay, so in slow motion, he was in a crowded room and he ran out of it, and then you've got this pile of guards right here, right? So we're going to do frame by frame. So he shoots, which looks like it's right towards the guard. And you can see the guy kind of go back a little bit. Now let's keep this frame by frame going. There you go. So he keeps shooting. And then look at the door. So right above this guy's shoulder is right where it looks like the trajectory of the bullet goes. Because you'll see like a big poof just go shooting right over that guy's shoulder. Like that. See that? So it doesn't imply that any of these guys got hit, which is kind of a crazy because he's like only 7 feet away. But it's going right over his shoulder into this crowded room. There we go. And then the guy holding the door kind of looks like he clutches his arm, but I don't think he got hit. So you just have all these guys like that. And so maybe it's not a big deal because the room has kind of a lower thing to it, so maybe it just went over everybody. I know it's not actually this room though, because this isn't the like private lounge room. But the point is, he shot into a super crowded room and nobody got hit. That's pretty impressive, including the people he was shooting at. So that's not impressive though. Oh, she's so sad and contemplative and detailed. All right, so kind of an odd thing to say to somebody.
Here's looking at you, kid.
He's 16 years older than her. So I guess it makes sense he calls her kid all the time. 4 times. Look at, he's so mean when he's drunk. He's making her cry. So when he's being all mean and drunk like, I was just like, be nice, Rick. It's like the stressful part in a chick flick when there's like the breakup montage and it's like, you know that it shouldn't have happened, but this person thought this and this person thinks this, and it's like, just understand each other and love each other. This is kind of like the stressful montage of a chick flick. All right, here comes possibly the best dialogue in the entire movie.
Something throws me up on what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
That's so good. That scene is like sums up Claude Rains' character perfectly right there. He just is a out in the open total dirtbag. He was my wife's absolute favorite part of this movie. I think he's amazing. He's hilarious in this movie. So I've been watching a lot of these old movies lately, and there's so much smoking. I feel like I'm going to get lung cancer just by watching these things. Also, a lot of screen time is devoted to contemplative smoking. So throughout the entire ending scene on the airport, about, I don't know, like a fifth of the way through the image, there's like this wiggly, like slightly lighter spot. I don't know if it's from like repairing a gigantic scratch right there or what, but let's see if I can show you. See if it'll show up on here.
That'll make it even more official. You think of everything.
Okay, so he's talking about a hill of beans. Anyway, you can see it a little bit right here. It's kind of not picking up on my phone, but basically like right there, you can see the slightly lighter spot. I'm going to unpause it. See that? See how it's a little lighter right there? And throughout that whole end scene, especially the long shots, you can just see it's like a wobbly, lighter spot. I don't know what it is, scratch repair or what, but I noticed it. Alright, so this movie is so dang patriotic right here that it just gets me right in the patriotic feels, which is probably in my mustache. Okay, so look at this shooting frame by frame, because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh man, did they both shoot at each other? So dude pulled out his gun in a really crappy aim that looks like it's going to go right into his foot, and then Bogart gets him. And look, his entire shot finishes, like all the cloud, all the smoke, all the stuff, and then the German guy gets his shot. So he's probably likely already been struck with his. So, because you wonder, like, wait, how are they not killing each other? And it's like, well, dude's probably already hit and going down. And then you can see him kind of starting to slump down there. Anyway, that was pretty cool. It happens really fast, so you're not quite sure, are both of them shooting or did they shoot at the same time or what? But it turns out Rick shot first. Boop.
Well, Rick, you're not only a sentimentalist, but you've become a patriot.
That's just touching. All right, Casablanca from 1942 was incredible on 4K Blu-ray. It's also an amazing movie, super repeatable. This movie's a delight. It's this is a kind of movie where you feel like you're on an unstoppable train heading towards its inevitable destination and you can't get off. But you're just kind of watching everything, trying to absorb it as fast as you can, and just hoping it goes well for everybody. It had really snappy dialogue, and yeah, it was a super good time. And the upgrade over the Blu-ray is gigantic. It's absolutely incredible. So, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you are gonna upgrade, and if you've seen the difference or what you think. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.